Hey, my name is Blaine and I'm with Born Stubborn, and this channel usually is just like funny stuff, but this kind of, I was searching around YouTube because I just bought one of these Xbox 360 4 GB console, the new slim design, and I heard that the old hard drive on my regular 360 won't fit on this thing. Didn't know this until after I bought it, but turns out it's no big deal. This thing does fit. You have to open it up, get your hard drive out of here, and there's a way to jimmy it Mickey Mouse style and get it into this new slim so it will work. You cannot get banned on Xbox Live by doing this because this is an Xbox hard drive and this is an Xbox. You just have to void your warranty on the old drive to get the little laptop drive out of there, because Microsoft loves doing this, you know, specially designed connector bullshit, forcing people to pay 3 times as much for something that you don't really need to pay this much for if you know what you're doing. So I figured out this can be used, and I'm going to quickly show you how to do it. Right, so as you can see, this is the console, obviously. It sits upside down. As you can see, console's pretty nice looking, whatever. It sits like this. The hard drive, if you were to stand it up right, it's got little pads on the bottom. If you flip it over, that's where the hard drive expansion goes. It's in this nifty little door right here. This thing just pops off, and there's your expansion slot. So how the hell does this fit in there? Of course, this requires you to void the warranty on the hard drive. There's 4 screws you got to take out. Now you're going to need Torx wrenches, so you need a T6 and a T10 to take out these 4 screws. You need the T6. There's a screw here, 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 and there's another one hidden underneath the warranty sticker. Peel the sticker off, you void the warranty, whatever. You got to get the hard drive out of here to put in that slim. Once you pull this thing off from the back, it comes off a lot easier. Flip it over, make sure that you don't lose the buttons and stuff. It doesn't really matter now because I'm not going to use this enclosure. Once you get it open, and you got to use the big one, the T10, to get the drive out of this. It's not too much of a pain in the ass, really, if you have the proper tools. When you get this open, you kind of just have to, it just slides, pretty much just slides right out of here. I mean, it's nothing too crazy complicated, because as you can see, it's like there's SATA connectors. This is a SATA drive. It's a SATA laptop drive. They connect it to a SATA thing, which then converts it into this funny, weird connector for the Xbox 360, just so you have to buy this. Now, getting it into this new Xbox slot, it obviously, as you can see, it's not going to fit. It's just going to be floating around inside this thing here. Now, as you can see from the picture I'm showing you right now, it's fairly straightforward. I mean, it's got the SATA connectors and everything. You should just drop it right in there. So that's basically all you have to do, is kind of just get it in, and hopefully it kind of falls into place. Like I said, it's a Mickey Mouse operation because it's not supposed to go in like this. You're supposed to buy an official one. So there you go. That just went in. Double check, make sure it's on, and that's basically it. And you know, you can see there it flops around a little bit in there too. I lay my Xbox on its side. It's not really going to go far. I mean, then you just put the flat back on, and you're good to go. Now, I've seen some guys online, they kind of, you know, they put padding in there or whatever so it doesn't bounce around. It doesn't look like it's going to move that much. I mean, it might move like a 1/4 inch or something, so I'm not too worried about it. It's basically just going to be sitting on my shelf, and it's not going to go very far. But to prove that this does work, I'm going to hook it up to the TV just to make sure I got it right. It basically fell in, and it just, you give a little bit of pressure and it snaps right down. If it doesn't snap right down when you give it a little pressure, just move it around a bit until you find the sweet spot, and then it'll basically fall right on the connectors. So I'll hook her up to the old school TV because I don't want to go upstairs. And you can see from the system settings tab that when I go to memory, I've got a 120 gigabyte hard drive, and I've got the internal flash unit. That's about 3 gigs. Now it's weird why Microsoft has to do this and have their special enclosures and stuff, but at least there's a way around it. All your existing stuff is still on there. Apparently these new Slims don't have the winter update for Kinect, because as you can tell from the dashboard, it's all the old school one before they had that big update in the winter. But all I gotta do is pop in a new game like NHL 11 or you know, Call of Duty or something, and it'll update the machine, or I just gotta plug it into Live, it'll do it online. I hope you weren't bored. Yes, it is possible to use an old school drive. No, you can't get banned on Xbox Live for doing this, because like I said, you're taking an existing Xbox drive and you're putting it in an Xbox. The only thing you're wrecking is the warranty on that hard drive because you open the enclosure. So now it's just a standard laptop drive that happens to be formatted to work with Xboxes. Like I said before, you can, if you want, put little padding in there to prevent that thing from flopping around. And to get it out, it's kind of a pain, but if you got a pair of pliers, you just kind of grip it on the metal and the plastic and just kind of give it a little quick yank and it'll come right out of there. Maybe I'm hoping on eBay or something they start selling these enclosures. I'll just buy an enclosure and then, you know, an empty enclosure and put the hard drive in it. Well, I'm done talking, and I must say this thing is really quiet. I cannot hear it running at all. Those old Xboxes had like a jet engine in them or something with the fans. I'm pleasantly surprised how quiet that is, and I'm assuming I'm going to need to install my games again because I use that hard drive install option. It's a 120 gig drive. I got about 3 or 4 games on it, like Black Ops and stuff like that. I'm assuming if I try to play them off the drive on here, it won't go because it's a new console. But you know, I'll deal with that when it comes along. Have fun, and hopefully you have some Torx wrenches to get into that enclosure. Save yourself the money, because I guarantee you Microsoft is going to be charging you 3 times as much money for one of these new hard drives. That's basically one of the old hard drives wrapped in new plastic.